Hi guys, welcome back to Rock Fabulous 40s, and today I'm going to do this look right here. This is, don't mind the gray hair sticking out guys, I have not colored in quite some time and I do have a lot of it sticking out as you can see. I'm going on a cruise this month and I want to do my color before I go on the cruise because the cruise is still 3 weeks away. I don't want the color to fade and then I can't recolor it, so I'm waiting for about 2 weeks before I actually do the color. Anyway, so this video is about this look right here, and I did this look with a palette that I picked up at Ulta that is a collaboration with another YouTuber that I've watched, oh my gosh, for probably 5 or 6 years. This particular YouTuber actually really got me so interested in makeup like I am right now. And I'm talking about Emily Noel 83, and she partnered with Revolution Beauty, or Makeup Revolution, and she created 2 palettes. One of them is the Emily Edit The Needs palette, this pink one right here, and the other one is the Wants palette, which is a 24 shadow eyeshadow palette. Now, I wasn't able to get my hands on the Wants palette. My Ulta was sold out. Ulta online is sold out. You can get it on Makeup Revolution's website. However, every time I've ever ordered from Makeup Revolution online, it has taken literally 3 weeks to almost a month to receive my product. So I'm just going to wait to see if my Ulta restocks, and then I'm going to go pick up that other palette. Anyways, so the look that I'm creating today is using the Emily Edits The Needs palette. And this is a great little palette, guys. I'm just going to tell you right off, I've used this palette already a couple of times, and I love this, and I love the packaging, and it's really cute, and it's pink, and if it gets dirty, because it's plastic, it wipes off very easily. The mirror in here is fabulous. I've been using the mirror. I'll just set it down on my desk and kind of kick it back a little bit like this, and I can actually use it to apply my mascara, my eyeliner, whatever I need to actually get up close to the mirror with. Anyway, so when you open it up, what you get in here is you get an entire look in a palette, which I really enjoy, and you guys will see my entire look today is with this palette, with the exception of the brows, the mascara, and the foundation. Everything else I did with this palette. So even the lips, and you guys will see that. So basically what this is, like I said, it's a palette in it's a whole face in a palette. So it's got an under eye setting powder here called Kindness, this guy right here. And then you've got 6 eyeshadows right here. So you've got Honesty, you've got Passion. Here, let me swatch Honesty. You've got Honesty, you've got Passion, which is like a deep, dark brown with some pink, looks like pink reflect in it. You've got Peace, which is a very nice like transition shade. For me, it's almost skin colored. I see those there. Then you've got Love, this guy right there, which is very light. I use that as a brow bone highlight. And then you've got Hope, which is a cool brown. And then you've got Faith, which is a rich, warm brown. Those guys right there. So I've used all 6 of these on my eyes today, as you will see in the demonstration. And then you also have a cool tone bronzer here, which is a completely, let me open this back up, a cool tone bronzer here called Courage, which is a completely matte bronzer. Okay, and it works perfectly for me. It really does. Then you also have this, the lid's falling. Then you also have this blush right here, this one right here, which is called Joy. And it's kind of a muted, I want to say mauve-y peach shade, but again, it is beautiful. And then you have this highlight down here, which is a pretty white highlight, but I think it's got a little bit of a pink kind of cast to it a little bit. It does really, okay, so it can be used very naturally, or it can be built up to be just a bam, in your face kind of highlight. So you can do it either way with this highlight. And there it is right there. I know it's hard to see today in my camera. My lighting, I feel, is a little bit off. However, I do feel that this highlight is one of those ones that the more you blend it in, the better it actually looks. It's one of those ones that you just can blend and blend and blend, and it just looks very natural on the skin, but also can be built up to be very blingy on the skin as well. So, I mean, the bottom line is I just absolutely love this palette. And I might actually take it on my cruise with me, because essentially I can just take this palette, I can take my couple of primers, my foundation, mascara, a couple of different lip options, and I've got a look. And I might take another highlight with me too, just so I can do some more highlighting on the eyes or on the lid or something. But I mean, that's an entire look. I don't need anything else because I've got everything right here. And the powder does not, this powder, the under eye setting powder, I don't normally do a whole lot of powder unless it's setting my concealer. This one did not look crepey. It did not accentuate any lines under my eyes. I really enjoyed this powder. The shadows do have a little bit of fallout, but not horrible. If you put your brush in, just shake your brush or tap your brush off and you'll be fine. You'll see I don't really have much fallout going on here. You'll see in the demo there's not really much there. But yeah, overall I just absolutely love this palette. Alright, so for those of you who don't know who Emily Noel 83, the collaborator with this palette is, I will leave her YouTube channel down below, but she is somebody who I have watched for many, many years. She's amazing, she's beautiful, and she's one of those YouTubers who I really can trust her reviews 100%. I might not like everything that she recommends, but I do trust her opinions highly because I really feel that she's just 100% genuine with her love of makeup, and that makes me just continue to watch her and just always wanting to see what she's going to do next. I am a small channel. She has absolutely no earthly idea who I am. I'm okay with that. I do want to support her, so I am, of course, buying her palettes and putting her link to her channel down below. Now, just because I want to support her doesn't mean that my opinion on this palette is going to be anything but truthful, and the truth is, I really like this palette. I think everybody needs this palette, hence the name, The Needs. It's pretty awesome. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and shut up now and jump into the demo. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into doing a complete look with this palette. The only thing I'm not doing with this palette, of course, is my foundation. And in case you guys are wondering, I used the Becca Aqua Luminous foundation. I'm in the color medium today. And my brows, I've already done those. And I used the Benefit, what's it called? Goof Proof pencil, I believe it is. I haven't done my concealer yet because I want to do that on camera so I can use the setting powder right here. Concealer blended out. I'm going to take the shade here called Kindness, which is like the under eye setting powder. Just going to dip into it a little bit, and I'm not big into powder anyway, so I'm going to dip into it, tap off the excess, and just kind of press right under the eye. I do usually set my under eye concealer because I don't want the creasing, but I do it very, very lightly. Okay, eyes are primed, so now I'm going to start in with the shadows, and the first shadow I'm going to go in with is Peace, which is this guy. Can you guys see it here? This guy right here. For me, it's kind of like a skin color, but I'm going to use that in my crease as a transition. So I'm going to take my big, giant, fluffy brush, and this is a, what is this? This is a Morphe 518, and I'm going to dip it into Peace right here. Tap off the excess. Alright, I am going to take my Morphe 514 brush, this little guy here. It's still a fluffy brush, but just a tiny, tiny bit smaller than the one I just used. And I'm going to go into Faith, which is kind of this rich brown color right here. And I'm going to throw that just right into the crease. And I'm going to take it all the way in to the inner corner here. Just using this for just a bit more definition here in the crease. Now, one of the things I have noticed with these shadows is they haven't skipped on me. A lot of eyeshadows will skip across my lid because I've got some crepey eyelids. These don't really do that. Alright, next I'm going to take my Morphe 433 brush, this guy here, and he's still fluffy, but he's got kind of a squarish, he's a little dirty. He's a little square and he's a little more pinched in and tapered. And I'm going to take him into this one called Hope, which is more of a dark, cool brown right here. And with this guy, I'm going to go outer corner up into the crease as well. So I'm probably going to take it over like the first third of my lid here, or the outer third of my lid, and then up into the crease. You guys hear the little pitter patter and little whining going on. It's that little Miss Buffy over here. She thinks she's got to be in my lap every second. She's very sweet, but boy is she a lap dog. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this color right here called Honesty, and this is a very warm, I'm going to say kind of mauve-y peachy shade, and I'm going to put this all over the lid. I'm going to overlap that brown just a little tiny bit. Okay, now I'm going to take my little pencil brush here, and this is an M431 from Morphe. I know I'm using a lot of Morphe brushes. I like these brushes. I'm going to go back into Hope, the dark brown, on the pencil brush, and I'm going to add this to my lower lash line. And I'm actually going to use the mirror in this palette so that way I can actually really see here. And I'm going to put this just in the outer corner of my lashes. Okay, wiping the brush off. And I'm going to go into Honesty, which again is this kind of warm mauve-y peachy kind of shade, and I'm going to put this also under the lower lash line but closer to the inside here. Again, trying not to stab myself in the eye. And I'm going to let it overlap the dark brown just a hair. Okay, now I'm going to take my Smashbox Ultra Fine Brow and Liner brush, this little guy right there, and I'm going to dip him into Passion. It's a really deep, dark, I'm going to say it's got a brown base, but it looks like it has just a little tiny bit of pink shimmer in it. But I'm going to go ahead and dip into it. And I'm going to use this actually to line my eyes. I need to look more down into this mirror, guys, so sorry. I have to. Okay, now I'm going to go into this one right here called Love, and I'm going to put that on my brow bone. Add a little bit of a highlight up here. And back to my pencil brush, and I'm going into the highlighter shade here called Gratitude. I'm also going to put a tiny bit of that as well on right underneath the highest point of my brow. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do my mascara off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, mascara is done. I did add a little bit of cream colored eyeliner to my waterline. I used the Revolution Makeup eyeliner clicky pen thing. For my mascara, I used the IT Cosmetics Superhero. I'm still forming an opinion on this. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about it. Alright, so moving on to the rest of the face. So this is the finished eye look. moving on to the rest of the face, I'm going to do some bronzer. So I'm going to take this color Courage right here, this bronzer shade, and I'm going to use my e.l.f. complexion brush, this guy right here, and I'm going to dip it into this bronzer. The only thing I find a little out of place for me with this palette is I like using a big fluffy brush for my bronzers, and it's kind of hard to dip it in there and get it only into the bronzer because it's like it's oval shaped, so it's kind of skinny. So it's a little hard to get it in there, but it's okay. It works. Alright, into the blush. The blush is called Joy, and it's kind of this muted peachy shade right here. It's a beautiful color. It's going to be very hard to see on my finger because it kind of matches my skin, but when it is blended out as a blush, you can definitely see a difference. It is gorgeous. You guys see that? Isn't that pretty? Okay, blush is done. Now I'm going to go in with just a little bit of the highlighter, and I'm going to use Gratitude, this guy right here, as I shove my finger into the palette. That's always pleasant. Great job, Bobby. Alright, anyways, so I'm going to go into the highlighter here, which is Gratitude. By the way, the brush I used for my blush is just this Up and Up brush from Target, the Up and Up blush brush. For the highlight, I'm going to use my Real Techniques, what do they call this? Crush brush? Anyway, it's fan brush. Love Crush something? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to go into this highlight here called Gratitude, which is a very white, and I want to say it's almost got kind of a pinky kind of tone to it a little bit, but just right on the tops of my cheekbones. And right now I don't feel like I really need a whole lot of highlight because, you know, that foundation is pretty dewy looking. Does not feel dewy, but it is definitely dewy looking on the skin. So I don't feel that I need a whole lot of highlight going on today. Okay. Isn't that pretty? It's so, so pretty. Okay, now I'm going to do something a little bit different with the lips. I want to tie this look together with my lipstick, and I probably do somewhere, I just don't have a chance to go hunt it out, but I want this color as my lipstick, and because I'm not sure that I have one in my collection of lipsticks, I'm going to use this as a lipstick. So it's a little unorthodox to use an eyeshadow as a lipstick, I get it, but that's what I'm going to do today because I want that color for my lips. So I'm going to take just a regular sponge tip applicator here, and I'm going to go into this shade Honesty, and I'm going to apply it to the lips. Alright, now because this is a powdered eyeshadow on my lips, it will be drying and uncomfortable, so I'm going to go over the top of it with a gloss. I'm using the NARS gloss in Chelsea Girl. This Chelsea Girl gloss is pretty sheer on me, so I'm still going to get the look of the colored eyeshadow on my lips, but just shiny from the gloss. Okay guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Definitely go pick up the Emily Edit The Needs. You guys need this, really. You guys really, really do need this. Alright guys, remember to hit subscribe down there under this video somewhere so you too can rock your fabulous 40s, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.